Hi, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with AstrologyMojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. Well, come say hello to me today. We're talking about the full moon, super moon. It's super, and it's in Capricorn, and it's conjunct Pluto, and it's headed towards Saturn. So what does that mean? Well, who feels like they've lost their mind? Who feels like they're in a panic? Who feels like everything's last minute? Who feels like life is overwhelming? Who feels like, hey, I've got this. I'm going to new heights. I'm about to break a pattern. That's what we're looking at. And today seems to be like a blue-purple day for me because I'm playing with these crystal spirit cards that are Colette Baron reads. It's a blue book. And I just pulled the blue lace agate. We're going to be pulling some more cards later. But anyway, come say hello. Hey, Latanja's here. Latanja. I want to sing you a song. Okay, so, wow, what a week. Who was it? Eugene Levy in Splash. What a week I'm having. Yes. Okay, so blue. Let's start this off with something calm, not a bang. Blue lace agate, peaceful acceptance, stress-free non-attachment, and freedom from unnecessary dramas. That is the entire purpose of this talk today. I tell you what, that is the truth. So I have I'm telling you, even my pants are blue, my shoes are blue. I was feeling blue on and off yesterday. I'm making my butterfly pea flower drink, and my husband is printing out a webinar he's about to do. So if you hear a little machine sound, that's what that is. Okay, life happens, we roll. So, yes, let's talk about the moon. The moon represents your intuition, emotions, and that feeling of intensity, but also ebb and flow, that feeling of passion and happiness, that feeling, period, that emotion, period. So sometimes when and remember folks, the planets don't do anything to you. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. So when the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, it's reflected by way of aspects and angles in a chart. In fact, let me show you what it looks like. There it is, ta-da. Now today's the 14th, 2022. And if you're watching this in a replay, on YouTube or on Facebook, it's still evergreen. The information will help you out in the future. So we've got the moon, right? The moon is just leaving Capricorn, entering Aquarius. The moon in and of itself is not like a planet, okay? It's a different kind of energy. So the sun and the moon have an integral relationship to the earth. Tides, light, growth, feelings, there's ebb and flow. But the planets, yeah, not the same, not at all. So when I see that we just came out of, oh, wait a minute, let me see if I got this. Oh, look at that. Ta-da, yay. So okay, here's today. This is what it looks like. And that is, Pluto is conjunct, meaning the same degree or within 8 degrees, in Capricorn, the moon. And so when we have this experience, and it's a super moon, which means it's the closest, the moon is the closest to the earth that it's ever been. And so there's an intensity just for the moon, full moon alone. And then in Capricorn, there's a feeling of restriction, or I need to solve this problem, or I'm going to work really hard to get something done. I'm not going to stop until it's finished. And so it depends on who you are and what you do with your emotions. If you come from a place of victimization or struggle, and who doesn't, then you might get sucked into melodrama, or you might start to pick apart people's behavior because it's not suiting your own. Okay, let's remember that the moon represents a vibration, the ebb and flow. So if you are stuck in a negative pattern, as soon as we get the conjunction with Pluto, which we're in and have been for several days, it feels more like I'm about to break a pattern, but first I have to recognize what that pattern is. And it goes deep and it's core, Pluto, TNT for the psyche. But it still may be nebulous. It may be, I know that feeling is coming around again. And it might involve a person, a situation. There's something repetitive comes back your way. And you're just, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Or not again, really? And so it feels like hard work. And that is the Capricorn energy. And Capricorn guides Saturn. So when I look at the moon leaving the conjunction with Pluto and moving toward the conjunction to Saturn, it's like saying, I'm going to lose my freaking mind if I do this again. If I have to tell them one more time, if I have to go through the process one more time, if I have to feel this feeling one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. That's what it might feel like. Who's with me? Who's with me on that? And at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's no door, because this is mystical, magical energy. So the door is there, but if you're busy banging on somebody else's door saying, pay attention to me. Why did you abandon me? How come you feel? If you're doing that, you're not going to see the door. You won't see the door to freedom. You won't see the door that takes you to that place of, wait a minute. I've been here before. We have all been here before. Some call it deja vu. Some call it karma. I call it a realization in the moment. And again, I equate it to a parable, which I will paraphrase. And that is, and I'm butchering it, apparently. But a man seeks enlightenment. And he walks into the woods with a bucket of water and a stick. And he finds enlightenment. Or maybe it's a woman, or maybe it's a they. People, a person, moves into the woods with a bucket of water and a stick to find enlightenment. And they find it. And then they leave the woods with a bucket of water and a stick. So on the outside, the world looks exactly the same, but you are different because you found that magical, mystical door called freedom. That's what Aquarius represents, Aquarius, where the moon is headed next to Saturn. And so in the future, yes, just realize that moon, Saturn conjunction, moon, Pluto conjunction is your opportunity for this. So this is evergreen information. But also this time today and tomorrow, July 13th and 14th and 15th, and today's the 14th, is a time of revelation. And let's break that apart. Revelation, re-elevation. Okay, just you're going to elevate some part of your being, your psyche, by looking at the same stuff, different day, and saying, wait a minute, I am stuck. I'm circling the drain of my own existence, just like planets are orbiting the sun. Well, it's coming around again, around again, around again. And it's like, wait a second. Oh, there's an old country song I used to laugh at. I don't even know who sings it, but it's like, stop the world, I want to get off. And that's what it feels like. So it's like, hang on. I'm doing something different. I need to do something different. I recognize the pattern, and it may not be totally clear yet, but have faith because it will be. Because your intention is to find that magical door that takes you out of the same pattern, out of the same cycle of struggle, limitation, pain, insecurity, lack of confidence, right? And it's core. Pluto represents core. And at the same time, when you, and here's how I equate it. Oh, wait, I think my pea flower drink is done. I'm going to just, I call this my Rivendell Lord of the Rings tea maker. Okay, I'm just going to squash that down and have a pour. It's kind of pale because I put more water in than not, but that's okay. I'm good with that. How's everyone doing? Come say hello to me. Here's to you and a nice, calm, blue, purple day. And I don't mean blue sad, but if you need to be sad, feel your feelings. But just remember that they are moving like a wave with every thought that you have, okay? So, wait. Here's my magic wand. You see that behind me? That's you. That's you. It may not be recognized as you right now, but it's you. So let's get back to the conversation. Pluto, Moon, Saturn. And what else is Saturn doing? Saturn is squaring, can't bring my fingers onto the page, but Saturn is squaring Uranus and Taurus. So we have, and the sun is opposing Pluto. So there's a lot of tension in the air. Now, it all filters down into a person's psyche, and whoever you are, that's what you are thinking and feeling. It doesn't mean anyone else shares the same opinion. I might say, oh, these new shoes are giving me blisters. And you go, yeah, I've been there. But maybe your blisters were worse than mine. Maybe your new shoes were worth the pain and I threw mine in the garbage. You know, so it's like I say the color green or blue, everyone's going to have a different experience. You can have simpatico and there is support, but in the deepest, darkest moments, when you are about to break a pattern and open it, it's you. It's like any birth, rebirth, death, rebirth, birth process for at least a second. And that second can feel like it lasts a day, a week, a month, a year. It's you. It's between you. It's like me, myself, and I are going to have a convo. And my higher inner being is just resonating the frequency of love, pure conscious love all the time, gender-free, stress-free, agenda-less. And yet I have a thing. It's like, well, I called this person. They didn't call me back. I applied for that job. I didn't get it, but they did. I have better qualifications. So it's like, as soon as it filters down into your personal experience, we're looking at your, well, you know how they call them, your little demons. Okay, so that's the Pluto part. Pluto isn't giving you demons. Pluto isn't doing anything except spinning in its orbit. That's what it's doing. Now, what you're doing is making a choice in every moment to feel something, not feel something, feel it, change my mind. I don't know. Well, all right, I forgive them. And then when you're having a happy day, happy moment, everything's great. You know, like you're handing out flowers. You're just so happy. And then, you know, you're chemically imbalanced. You didn't eat. You have a thyroid issue. Your stomach hurts. And it's like, hey, you know what? Stop the noise. Why are you so freaking happy? Okay, so it's like, it's a wave and we ride that wave. Okay, oh my gosh, forgive me. Lenier, is that how you pronounce it? I hope so. Or maybe it was Lenier. I can't remember the difference. Lenier. Hi, and Kate is here. Come say hello to me. We're talking about the full moon, supermoon, closest to the Earth it's ever been. And in 2052, if you're still here on the Earth, you'll always be here, there, and everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. I even have a little blue purple stone with me today. The feeling that you have to be who you are is mired in your experience and your choices. So you say, hey, Barbie's here too. And you say, I want to go, you know, go to that new store in town, that new restaurant that opens up. And someone says to you, oh, I went, it was terrible. Oh, don't waste your time. And you're like, really? I better rethink that. Okay, but is that your experience? Now, if you intuitively, moon, vibe, and at your core, you're not judging, but you're assessing, evaluating, and you say, well, that person that just spoke to me, I realize that they can be quite negative at times, or they can be quite judgmental. So I will take it with a grain of salt. And I will just say, I'm going to have my own experience. I'm going to go and I'm going to be open to whatever comes my way. Ah, thank you, linear. So, what is your experience right now? What's the one thing that is like you can't wrap your, it's like, why? Why is it coming back? The same feeling over and over again. What's that one feeling? Is it powerlessness? Well, ultimately, it will come down to that. And the Pluto experience is when you're ready to let go of something, as I started to say earlier, and then I interrupted myself. You're ready to let go of something, but it's like being on an old telephone, an old telephone you're holding, and then suddenly you realize you've been on hold, and you're waiting for validation or response from the universe, the person, the people, the world, something. And you're like, I better let go. I got to hang up. I'm hung up. I don't need this anymore. And you're like, my hand has been in this position for 1,000 years, 1,000 minutes, 1,000 days. It's going to hurt. And you have to start to peel away one finger at a time. And you're like, damn, that hurts. And as you let go of the grip, which is the resistance you have to being you, the you that is you, the pure conscious love that is you peel back the resistance, and it's like, it is painful. And that pain can look like, dad beat me when I was 4, or mom invalidated me and made me cry, or that teacher told me I'd be nothing, or I told me I'd be nothing. Or so it's like every blob of emotion that ever put you down, that you allowed, yes, on any level, that you allowed, even when you were a child, you don't know to set the boundary, or sometimes you do, but then it leaves an impression in you, and that feeling is, oh, yeah, they told me artists starve. Okay, maybe I should pick a profession. I'll go become a doctor, and I'll put myself into a lot of financial debt, but I'll be a doctor, right? And I'll make them happy. So whatever that stuff is that you're peeling away, it's painful because you're fighting it. It's like the freedom wants to happen. At the same time, the resistance is going, I'm not letting you go. And so this Pluto, Moon, Saturn, Sun, Uranus event that we're having, it feels like a lot, and that's 2 words, a lot. And I'll add an exclamation point to that. So what can you do? Hey, Shauna's here. What can you do? Well, you can be in the flow and the wave, right? Okay. In physics, it's a particle. Just think of your thoughts as a particle. No, and I had it, and I'm done, and what the hell? Why? And then there's the wave. And the wave will pick up that particle and take it. And how long do you want to ride that wave? That's the question. Until you're physically exhausted, you're emotionally spent, you have nothing left, or you have just enough to make it through. And then you collapse and go, it's okay, I got a bag of cookies. I'm good. And so to move beyond that energy right now, the magical door is there. So what will help you find that magical door? Well, you, of course. But what else will help you find that magical door? What's the one thing that you think you've been resisting for your entire life? Is it, I am disempowered because I'm not enough? Is it, I need more degrees? Is it, I am just, busy? Okay, but what is that busy? Sometimes people just don't want to know. They're like, yeah, it is what it is, and I'll just get through it. Okay, there's that too. But what's the goal? What's the intention? You came here to this earth to be a conscious co-creator. And sometimes you allow yourself to do that magnificently. And I'm a better person because of it. Because we work as a collective. So when a person looks at a lab report and they go, oh yeah, I'm low in, niacin or vitamin B or whatever, I'm low in that. Then they take something, they ingest something, a supplement perhaps, or a food, a nutritious source of food or something to give that supplement. So that's taking care of the body. But your choices put the body in that situation to begin with. And then the mind says, I can go 5 minutes longer. When the body's saying, I'm tired, I'm hungry, please stop. And then the intuition's just hanging out going, yeah, we already know the answer. And you're part of we. It's up to you. And so who's the you that we're talking about? It's the you that is constantly striving for something that you think you're not and wanting. But instead of wanting, let's choose. Okay, so astrologically, Pluto, backwards, my arm, if I bend my finger and go that way, it's like I'm looking at my hand going one way, but it's going the opposite way on the screen. Stop the world. Okay, so we have Pluto conjunct the moon in Capricorn. And Pluto is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. So we are finding our footing in a place that is new. That is called a quantum leap. Oh, and by the way, the, where is it? I have the link somewhere. The Saturn retrograde readings that I am offering, let me put the link in here. And that is Saturn in retrograde reset is going to help you. It's 30 minutes. And it's going to help you understand exactly what the resistance is about. Because once you break that, and it's in Saturn represents that part of you that is a victim, that is also very wise and is an authority. You know that you know something. And yet there's struggle. So if there's struggle, yet you know something, and let me just, I have to go this way. So if there is struggle, but you know that you know something, where's the disconnect? So that's what I'm talking about, the particle and the stream. It's like the thought says, I got to go do this thing, but the body is saying, you're tired. Can we just sit down? Or, ow, please, please. And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. We could do it. We could go. Let's just go. And, powerful people have this ability to go no matter what. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm not going to waste this, make hay while the sun shines. Well, okay, yeah, okay. It's a choice. It's not a judgment. But if you know that you are avoiding a part of you that is ready to open and be free and be that master, mistress, guru. And guru, it's 2 words. It's not 1 word. Guru, and it means destroyer of darkness. Are you ready to be that person? Are you ready to be a destroyer of darkness of your own world? And that's what I see all of this stuff representing. Hey, Ellen, nice, just joining. On Saturn times, it's Saturn, it's Pluto, it's the moon, it's the super moon, because the world is wrong. Blows my mind. 14, and we're watching time. We're watching time move. And action. Okay. So by the time I get to Phoenix, all these songs from my childhood in my head. I apologize. So we have Saturn conjuncting the moon after it conjuncts Pluto, and Sun will still be opposing Pluto. So the opposition is that And remember, if you're just joining me and you're new to me, the planets don't do anything to you. You are empowered. It is your choices that creates, move over here. It's your choices that creates the aspects and angles in a chart. So it's a collective experience. It's an individual experience. Is everybody going to have the same sun opposed Pluto at the same time in the same way? Of course not. And it can't, is it going to be negative? Not necessarily. With Saturn squaring Uranus, we have a little bit of a conundrum, because a square in astrology is, if you cut a square on an angle, it's two triangles, and a trine is a blessing. So, but right now it's what's uncomfortable. What's the conflict? What's the thing that's repetitive that keeps going around and around in your body, your mind, your experience? Because who you are and what you think, you know, form follows thought. You think it long enough and it manifests, it materializes. That's how powerful we are as creators. And so what is the thing in you that is opposing the thing in you? That's the only way I can say it. So the nurturing, the nourishment, the financial success. We're looking at Cancer, right? The sun is the focus. Cancer can be very nurturing, but nurtures through food, through solutions, through protection. And that protection can mean legal protection, can be your attorney, can be you as an attorney, can be you as law enforcement, can be you as someone who organizes the crowd, who rallies people through empathy, opposing Pluto and Capricorn, also cardinal. And Pluto is TNT for the psyche. It's the part of your unconscious self that is afraid to be awake. It is the dream that is within the dream, that is within the dream, that is on the shore of your unconscious self, which is, you know, the lapping of the waves, and you're hearing it constantly and you're feeling it constantly, and you're saying, I have felt this before all my life. But let's narrow it down. Let's pinpoint it. What does it feel like? It feels like they're doing that. I was working with someone yesterday. I do energy clearings in facilities as well. And I was working with someone who has a lot of authority. And the first thing I felt was, I don't feel you in your body. Your stomach is complaining. Your stomach is complaining. What's happening? I haven't eaten in 3 days. Okay. I had some chimes, but I don't have them with me, but tuning fork solfeggio frequencies. And I said, let's just move a little energy in that area, your solar plexus and the back of the heart. And so what's the worst that can happen? Well, I'm afraid for that person, and I'm concerned about that person. I was like, oh, no. Scott, you cannot affect change for anyone, because if you're that powerful, you won't be ailing. You won't be, if you're an avatar, you won't be stuck in anything, especially pain or a self-abusive pattern. So how about you focus on you? What's the warmest feeling you have? What's the yummiest thing you can think of? And we start to unravel that moment. And so I want you to think of, what is it that you keep repeating, and it may start out looking like, every time I do this, my husband says this, or every time I do this, my sister does that, or every time I don't do this, my brother is like that. So it's not about anybody else, but the mirror of the world will validate you, will validate your present experience. It doesn't mean that's going to stay that way, because that's up to you. You have to change your mind. When you change your mind, you change your frequency. When you change your frequency, you suddenly have an aha moment, and that comes with releasing resistance. And resistance feels like the push-pull, I've had it up to here, but what do you want to let go of? Because if you're the one making the pattern, and people say, but even me, to myself, but it's like, I know, I empathize. But if you have a belief, Pluto core Saturn, If you have a belief that you're ready to let go of Uranus, Pluto, if you're ready to move beyond stuck, then it's looking like Saturn squaring Uranus, saying to you, the door is right here. And it's like, where? Where's the door? You've got the flashlight, you've got the helmet, you're like ready to burrow down into your trauma and your wounds and your patterns. But at the same time, it's such a hard focus because you just want out. I want out of this pain, whether it's physical or emotional. I want out of the situation, whether it's restrictive or limiting. So then we turn inward and we look inside and we take a nice deep breath and you find something blue and comforting, blue or purple and comforting. You find something blue. And so I made my butterfly pea flower and my lighting is weird. And you just get through that moment right there and you find something very simple to focus on. Something that is not a solution, because people say, they will come to me and they say, well, I want to make more money and I want that relationship. And there's this thing that happens every time I do this thing. And so now they're giving me a list, and that list is connected to one thing. And that one thing is you. So you might see your stuff as separate, but it's not. They're not categorized like the Dewey Decimal System. I'm going to pull a card for everybody who's listening. Thanks for being here. And if you are watching me on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, please like, share, subscribe, and come back. And know that you have the power to create a moment. And that moment can last a lifetime. And in that moment, you can have your ideal. And the ideal is not about what someone is or isn't doing for you. The ideal is about you being completely present in your awareness and resonating the frequency of abundance. And these are Yasmin Boland. She was kind enough to gift me these cards, Moonology, her Moonology cards. So we don't have a full moon in Leo, but what I'm saying to you and what's coming through is like, don't let pride get in the way. Don't let pride get in the way. And the pride sometimes is negating yourself and your feeling. But because the Capricorn energy, moon in Capricorn is saying, you don't have time to feel right now. I got stuff to do. I have things to accomplish. I'm a busy person. Okay. I'm going to organize them and them and them and them. And then you at the end of the day are like, yeah, it is what it is, but whatever. But deep down, Pluto part of you and the moon part of you conjunct right now is saying, your body will speak to you. Your bones, your teeth, your skin, your nails, your joints, your knees, your hormones, they will speak to you to go, knocking on the door. Hello, hello, hello. I don't feel so good. No, it's okay. We'll just go to sleep. It's okay. We'll have a drink. It's fine. We'll have an edible. Oh, but then when you finally allow yourself to feel your feelings, knowing that they're not going to last forever, it's the stream, remember? And the thought that attaches to an emotion creates the reality. Form follows thought. What you think becomes. So, I want a pink unicorn. That's not what I'm talking about. Here, you're very close to achieving your goals. Yay! I'm excited for all of us because when you feel better, I feel better. Thank you. I dated a guy once a long time ago. And, I'm me. And this was a long time ago. I was still me. And he had called me. I forget, it was late at night. I had been in pain. And when he called and I said, yeah, I stayed up because I felt like you were about to call. And I didn't, whatever. I didn't want to not take the call. And these were the days of answering machines. Okay. This is how long ago this was. And so we were talking for a bit and I go, as I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there going, ow, man, my neck hurts. And there was silence on the other end of the phone. And I was like, and he goes, does your neck hurts? And I go, yeah, it just happened suddenly. It's like, it's not me, it must be you. And he goes, yeah, I've been having headaches and my neck really hurts. And so he was new to me, kind of. So I think it kind of freaked him out a little bit. And then he said, you know what? I'm going to go to the chiropractor and we'll both feel better. I said, yes, we will. That's how it works. Okay, cardinal moon. This is it. This is what we are right now. Cardinal moon. A cardinal moon. That is a cardinal moon, in just for your FYI, is either Cancer, Capricorn, Libra. Hang on. Be bold and make the first move. Or Aries too is also cardinal. Be bold and make the first move. So the first move is not out so much in the world. It is more about you feeling like, I've got this. And I'm going to move toward a place where I've got this. So that means this, and it's very simple. And we'll talk more about this, especially with the moon and Saturn conjunct by the 15th. Let's just take a moment anytime during the day. Let me just get rid of that because I have to sit sideways when I do that. Okay, let's just take a moment. And it's so humid. We have monsoons out here, and my hair was out to here this morning. I was like, okay, just gonna like lighting. Let's just take a moment every 20 minutes. That's it. Just a moment every 20 minutes and do a nice deep breath in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. When you connect your body to your thoughts, your mind, and you start to form an alignment, that's when you, the real you, this is the spirit you, can come through. So if you're looking for a solution to an issue, you don't have to work so hard. Pluto, Moon, and Capricorn, Saturn. You don't have to work so hard because now you can use your manifesting prowess. You have the ability to solve problems by not solving problems. I know that sounds so out there for some people, and they're like, you sound like Professor Irwin Corey. Who remembers that guy? He was a kind of a comic who just looked like a professor, and he would just talk, but his words were so powerful, you actually thought he was saying something, but it was all gibberish. Sometimes people look at me and go, okay, you can make it happen. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Yeah, we can. One moment at a time. Take a breath. How do I feel now? I feel a little bit better. What's going to make me happy? Well, today, for me, it's something blue or purple. That's it. And I'm serious. It's that simple. You don't have to do 40 hours of therapy in a week. Yes, get whatever help you need for whatever issue is happening in your world. But the resistance that you put up to being you is so strong that you see struggle, pain, disempowerment, and you'll see it often. Invalidation. Oh, I gave them something for Christmas. How come I never even got a card? We're not going there. That's 3D. That's third dimension reality, victim perpetrator. You're in the fourth dimension right now, which is having a conscience. And when you move from 4 to 5 dimension, what you're doing is you're starting to become aware of every moment you feel something and then the action or inaction you take because of it. That's pretty heady. That is mind-blowing. And then you get to the point in 5 to 60 where you're like, this is how I feel. Let's manifest it. And then you let it go and it comes to you. You can do this. I know you can because you have the power. Who wants to sing? I've got the power. All right, I'm off to go to the chiropractor because I'm a Capricorn rising and yeah, bones. And this morning I got out of bed and it's not because Pluto's in Capricorn. It's not. It's because I was making certain choices to weed bending, standing at the sake of myself. When my body said, can you stop? Can you please stop that now? and I didn't. Let's see. Latanja says, we all in here, we are cardinal energies. Okay. And Ellen says, what is fourth dimension again? Okay. So third dimension, very quickly. Third dimension is victim perpetrator. It is struggle. It is the epitome of survival. Fourth dimension is when you grow a conscience and you open up to the fact that you have power, that you are an eternal, celestial, cosmic being, that you are pure conscious love. And so you go throughout your day a little bit more mindful of, oh, if I say that, it might hurt their feelings. You know what? I'm just not going to say. I'm not even. So then you stop doing things that cause harm. And then you move to the place of stop thinking things that cause harm, because whether you say it or think it, it is out there. Once you create an energy, it is a vibration that is a wave. That is science. It's proven. It's physics. Particle of thought. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Wait a minute. What if I can? Then you take 5% of your brain, which is conscious. This is neuroscience and brain entrainment. And the 95 that is unconscious, the Pluto part of you. And you say, I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to go do that thing. I want to paint that painting. I want to learn piano. I'm going to be a gardener. I'm going to be a teacher. I want to help those people over there. I have a conscience. I want to help. I want to help. But service at the sake of the self-denial puts you right back into 3D. And then you moved into 4D. And then going from 4 to 5D is liminal. You're liminal between two spaces. And that is, I have the power to create my next moment. That's exciting and terrifying all at once. Because what are you going to do with that moment? What's the thought you're going to think to take you on that wave that brings you that feeling of excitement? And all you really have to do, really, is to be as present as possible in every moment as possible. That's being mindful, but also in that presence, you're not denying your feelings. You're not. You're witnessing your feelings. Oh, wow, I feel kind of tired right now. Okay, then you're providing a solution for yourself, not overriding the feelings, which is invalidation. So if you're invalidating you, you will definitely be guaranteed to be invalidated by the world. Got me? Get it? So what do I need to do right now? How do I feel right now? What do I need right now? And fulfill that need. I need to cry. I need to punch a pillow. I need to scream in the car with the windows rolled up. Okay, and then as that subsides and you let it go, what you do then, nice deep breath, connect the body with the mind. Maybe you need to take another one. Maybe it's another one. Maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe you set a timer. Maybe it's, now I'm just going to drink something. Now I'm just going to pace. And if your thoughts go right back to invalidation or powerlessness, you're going to go around the same block. And then your body starts to hurt. And after a few years, you have diabetes or cancer or, a brain tumor. So we don't want to go there. It's all self-inflicted. That is 3D moving into 4D. 4D into 5D is, I need to lie down right now. I can get that email out later. How important is it? If I left this earth today, am I going to be thinking about the garbage I didn't take out? No. I'm going to be going, I could have had a V8. I could have done, oh my gosh, I had so much power. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? That is you. What are you going to do with it? Think about it and then go do something fun. Go do something that makes you happy. Stare at a leaf that's doing this in the breeze. Listen to birds sing. Watch a funny video. Snuggle on the couch with your pet. Hug somebody that you care about. Even you. All right. So, last card. Let's put one more because I gotta go. No. The nth hour. No. Car's already pulled out of the driveway. And the windows are rolled down. My husband said that to me this morning. He goes, I got to do a webinar, but I pulled the car out and I opened the window so it wouldn't be too hot in there. Thank you. When you ask that question, what did I ever do to deserve you? You were kind to yourself. You were responsible, meaning you responded to your own emotions. Oh, Just know this, you and your loved ones are safe. Cancer. Sun is in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. You're safe. You're safe. Repeat it 100 times a day. I'm safe. I'm safe in this feeling. I'm safe in this rage. I'm safe in this despair. I'm safe in my sorrow. I'm safe in my happiness. I'm safe in my neutrality. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Because I am an extension of the light. I exist here now. Take the mic and drop it. And I will see you next Thursday, same time, same bat channel. Thanks for being here, folks. Thank you for being, and I wish you peace. I'll see you next time.